Okay, in this video I'm going to go over binomial theorem. So you've already watched the teaching video about it. This is me going over some examples. So we are going to expand x plus y to the fourth. So just to be clear, you could do x plus y times x plus y, and that would be an area diagram. And you'd have to multiply that answer times x plus y in another area diagram. And then you'd have to multiply that answer times x plus y in another area diagram. But the bigger the exponent, the more annoying that is, and the more places to make a mistake. So instead, we're going to use binomial theorem. So the exponent is what your combination will always start with. So we will do 4c, and you start with 0. Oops, I wanted to highlight the 4. And then the first term goes in the first parenthesis, I guess the second parenthesis, and the second term goes in the third. Your last parenthesis, the exponent matches the one that you are choosing here. So these match. And then together, the exponents need to make 4, so this one must be 4. Then we will do, I do mine vertically because I think it's easier to see it, 4c1. This exponent counts down, and this exponent counts up. Notice they still add to be 4, right? 3 and 1 makes 4. Then we'll do 4c2. This exponent counts down. This exponent counts up. And then we'll have 4c3, count down, count up, all the way until you hit 4c4. You'll have no x's, and your entire exponent will be on the y. Okay, then you're going to use your calculator. If you'd find 4c0, or you could draw Pascal's triangle if that helps you, you would get 1 for 4c0, x to the fourth is x to the fourth, and anything to the 0 is 1. This multiplied out gives me a first term of x to the fourth. If you do 4c1 in a calculator, you will get 4. This is x cubed, and this is y. When you multiply those out, you get 4x cubed y. 4c2 is going to give you 6, x squared, y squared, 6x squared, y squared. 4c3, you're going to repeat now. It's going to go back to 4x, y cubed, 4x, y cubed, and then anything c itself is just 1. You'll have 0 x's, anything to the 0 is 1, and y to the fourth, which is going to give me y to the fourth. So if you did all those area diagrams, you would get x to the fourth plus 4x cubed y plus 6x squared y squared plus 4xy cubed plus y to the fourth. We expanded using binomial theorem. Notice in this problem it was just x's and y's, there were no coefficients, and also it was positive, right? Let's add some harder terms in our next example. Okay, we are starting with 5. See if you can fill out the first row. It's going to be 5c0, right? 5 because that's our exponent. The first term goes in the first parentheses, including the negative goes in the next one. The subscript matches your last exponent, and together they need to make 5. And then the next row, 5c1, 3x count down, negative 2y count up. Pause it at any time and see if you can finish these columns. Okay, now we're going to go through and do all the math. Anything choose 0 is 1. There's only one way to choose nothing. 3 to the 5th, and then x to the 5th, right? Make sure you distribute that 5th power. 3 to the 5th, calculator, is 243, and then x to the 5th. Anything to the 0 is 1. So this first term would be 243x to the 5th. So this is how I show my work, and then I'll write it as an equation down below like I did before. Anything choose 1 is itself. 5 choose 1 is 5. 3 to the 4th is 81x to the 4th. Negative 2y to the 1st is still negative 2y. And remember, this is all multiplied together. So 5 times 81 times negative 2 is negative 810 x to the 4th y. So now we've got negatives, and the negatives are going to alternate. Every other one will come out negative. 5c2 is 10. 3 cubed is 27x cubed. Negative 2y squared becomes positive 4y squared. 10 times 27 times 4 is 1080 x cubed y squared. I'm using a calculator to multiply, by the way. 5c3, you're back at repeating the 10. 3 squared, 9x squared. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8y cubed. 10 times 9 times negative 8 is negative 720x squared y cubed. Again, they repeat, so now I'm back at the 5. That's just 3x. Negative to the 4th power, even powers come out positive, 16y to the 4th. 5 times 3 times 16 is 240 xy to the 4th. Notice your x's are counting down, your y's are counting up. And then anything choose itself is 1. Anything to the 0 is 1. A negative 5 times is going to be negative 32y to the 5th. Multiplied together, if necessary, negative 32y to the 5th. So my equation is going to be 243x to the 5th minus 810x to the 4th y plus 1080 x cubed y squared minus 720x squared y cubed plus 240 xy to the 4th minus 32y to the 5th. We expanded using binomial theorem. Okay, so while we have this one on the screen, again, I want to point out, let's look at the 5c3, right? The 3 matches my last exponent, and together your exponents need to make 5. That's why this one's 2. 2 plus 3 makes 5. Let's keep that in mind as we do example 3. Find the 4th term of 2x minus y to the 7th. So 7 is our exponent, right? Your exponent is 7, so that means we're doing 7c. If you're going to the 4th term and you start counting at 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 terms is actually c3. It's one less than you kind of think. So we're going to do 7c3. I'm going to put the numbers in their designated parentheses. The last parenthesis is supposed to have the same number as my c, so this has to be 3. The exponents together are supposed to make 7, so this must be 4. And then you do the math. 7c3 in a calculator, 35. 2x raised to the 4th power, 16x to the 4th. A negative y cubed is still negative y cubed. And this is not the answer. Remember, you multiply it together just like we done on the other page. Negative 560 x to the 4th y cubed would be the 4th term if we did the entire thing. But don't do the entire thing if you don't have to. Okay, hopefully this helps you. This along with the video you already watched, and I hope you guys are doing good.